वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। द्वितीय अध्यायः प्रथमवल्ली। You can read the Sangati to the Pratamavalli of the second chapter. Yesha sarveshu bhuteshu gudotma na prakashate दृश्यते त्वग्रया बुद्ध्या इति उक्तम्। कः पुनः प्रतिबन्धः अग्रया बुद्धेः येन तत् अभावात् येन तदभावात् आत्मा न दृश्यते इति तददर्शन कारण प्रदर्शनार्था वल्ली आरभ्यते। विज्ञाते हि श्रेय प्रतिबंधकारणे तत् अपनयनाय
तदपनयनाय
यत्नः आरब्धुं शक्यते
यत्नः आरब्धुं शक्यते
न अन्यथा इति
न अन्यथा इति
पराञ्चिकानि व्यतृणत् स्वयंभूः
पराञ्चिकानि व्यतृणत् स्वयंभूः
तस्मात् परां पश्यति नान्तरात्मन्
तस्मात् परां पश्यति नान्तरात्मन्
कश्चिद्धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानमैक्षत्
कश्चित् धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानमैक्षत्
अमृतचक्षुः अमृतत्वमिच्छन्
आवृतचक्षुः अमृतत्वमिच्छन्
Here, in the Sangati, Bhagavad Pada, he presents the Pratibandha. The Pratibandha, that is obstacle. The obstacle for moksha. The obstacle between the moksha, which is the Purushartha, that is the goal. That is the only goal. The obstacle between one's Purushartha, what one is intensely want to achieve through all the Purushartha, that is moksha, the freedom. Between freedom and oneself, the only obstacle, the pratibandha, is ajnanam. Ajnanam is the pratibandha. Ajnanam is not jnana abhava, it is jnana virodhi. Ajnanam is jnana virodhi. Therefore, in the wake of jnanam, ajnanam goes away. Ajnanam, ignorance goes away in the wake of jnanam. Therefore, atmajnanena eva mokshaha. Atmajnanam alone is the means for freedom. And this atmajnanam is gained through Shastropadesha and Guru Upadesha. Through Shastra Pramanam and Guru Upadesha. This Atma, which is evident, which is self-evident. Atma is self-evident. Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudaha Atma. The same Upanishad presented this Atma, which is present in everyone. Which is present in everyone, but at the same time, it is gudaha, it is hidden. It is covered, as though covered. Therefore, this gudaha atma na drishyate. The Upanishad uses saptami, eshaha atma sarveshu bhuteshu. Saptami is not adhikarana saptami. It is not adhikarana saptami. It is not something is located in something. It is not like a fruit is located in the basket. It is not Adhikarana Saptami. Here the Saptami it is the sense that the Atma is the Adhara, it is Adhishtana. It is the Adhishtana of everything. Atma is the Adhishtana. Therefore, Adhishtana, Atma is, Atma alone is. The presence of Atma, everything is. So Atma is not something which is located inside. So it is only a usage. It is the language. It's only a language. Atma is, Atma alone is. Atma is the Adhishtana. Like the expression we say, the clay is in the pot. Clay is in the pot. The gold is in the ornament. The water is in the waves. It is not that the clay is located in the pot. The pot is nothing but clay. It is the Adhishtana. It is the Adhishtana minus clay, the pot doesn't exist. The pot is because of clay. So Adhishtanatvat, Atma is Pradhanam. Because clay is, therefore pot is. Similarly, Atma is, therefore Anatma is. Therefore, to say Sarveshu Bhuteshu Sarvantara Sarvasya Adhishtanatvat, it is Adhishtanatvat. Therefore, Atma is Pratyak. Atma is Pratyak. The word Pratyak is used. Pratyak means inside, not physically inside, because there is no physical distance. Physical distance between Atma and the other things. Everything is being Atma. So where is the physical distance? Deha is Atma, but Atma is not a Deha. So, Sarveshu Bhuteshu Degeshu Atma Asti Kintu na Prakashate. It means Deha is Atma and Atma not located physically. It is not located physically like the clay. The clay is not located physically in the pot. The pot exists because of the clay. Similarly, Degaha Asti because it has Adhishtanatvam in Atma. Then why it is not Drishyate, na Prakashate? It is as though the Atma is covered. Atma is covered by the layer. Layer is also Atma only. Layer of the Shariram, the body. Therefore, Gudaha, the expression Gudaha, hidden. It is since it is not recognizable. Therefore, Gudaha, as though covered. Therefore, Pratyak, therefore, as though inside. Really speaking, there is no inside, there is no Pratyak, there is no Parak. It is. The word Pratyak and Gudaha, all these words have to be understood properly. Otherwise, this will create problem in our understanding. As all Atma is located inside, therefore we have to give up this Shariram. The Shariram becomes a separate reality. Anatma becomes a separate reality. Anatma is something different, and Atma is something different. Anatma will get separate existence, separate reality. And Atma also enjoys another separate reality. So two things are there. That's a problem. So Shariram is Atma. This Deha is Atma, but Atma cannot be the Deha. It is not the Deha. A is A is not B, but B is A. B is A. The actor who plays the role of the beggar. B is the actor, but actor cannot be the beggar. This is something important, need to be understood. Yes. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, the 9th chapter, Rajavidya Rajagughya Yoga. There also the chapter is Gughya, Idam Tute Gughya Tamam, uses the word Gughya, Gudaha. Gughya means secret. Why it is secret? Because it is covered, as though not available for easy recognition. Therefore, Gudaha. There is no secrecy. Because it is not available for one's recognition, immediate recognition, therefore it is Gudaha Gukhyatamam. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Sarvabhutani matstani. All beings are in me. Nacha agam teshu, not I am in that. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. And the very next shloka, it dismisses that also. Nacha matstani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhuta bhrinacha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Matstani sarva bhutani, he says, and then he says, Nacha matstani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram. That is, A is not B, B is A. That mithya, the mithyatvam of anatma is presented. Therefore, Deha is Atma. Deha is Atma. Deha doesn't enjoy separate reality, but Atma is not the Deha. That is the thing to be understood. A pot is clay, but clay cannot be the pot. The clay enjoys for time being the status of the pot, but pot cannot, because of that, get the separate reality. That is what Bhagavan Krishna says, that mithyatvam of anatma to be understood. In that anatma, the atma is gudaha, sarveshu bhuteshu, as though it is located inside. That is only an expression. The saptami, it is not adhikarana saptami. Atma is the adhishtanam. Adhishtanatvat. Adhishtanatvat, therefore, Gudavat, Gudavatvat, na drishyate, Atma na drishyate, na prakashate. But it is drishyate. For whom? For the one who has this sukshma buddhi, tugraya buddhya, sukshma, tikshna buddhya. So, since Atma is as though hidden, as though Gudaha, though it is present, it is the adhishtanam of every being, all the beings. It is hidden, as though hidden. Why? Because it is not recognized. It is since it is not recognized, and since it is recognizable only by the Sukshma Buddhi, therefore it is hidden. So the idea is Sukshma Buddhi. Sukshma Buddhi is required for gaining the knowledge of oneself, Atma. And what prevents from gaining this knowledge of oneself? The same buddhi, the sthulatvam of the buddhi. The sthulatvam, that is the pratibandha. Sthulatvam, the grossness. The pratibandha is the grossness of the buddhi. The grossness of the buddhi is the pratibandha. When that grossness, the sthulatvam of the buddhi is removed, When the buddhi becomes sukshma, then jnanam happens. So therefore, what is the reason for the sthulatvam of the buddhi? Pratibandha. The pratibandha is the cause. Pratibandhatvat buddhege sthulatvam. The pratibandha is the cause for the sthulatvam, the grossness of the buddhi. Therefore, pratibandha buddhehe buddhi sthulatvam nivrittihi, sukshmatva praptihi. So when the pratibandha is removed, pratibandha is the reason, is the cause for the sthulatvam of the buddhi. When the pratibandha is removed, then the buddhi becomes sukshma. But what is this pratibandha? Pratibandha, we are saying, but what is this pratibandha? That pratibandha is that paranchi, that is a pratibandha. Paranchi, that outgoing, the extrovertedness, paranchi, that is the pratibandha. That is the cause for the grossness of the buddhi. The grossness is not the physical grossness, because the mind has the tendency, the mind means the mind with the sense organs. The sense organs, along with the mind, goes outside. So since it has an outgoing tendency, therefore the mind is presented as stula iti, stulatvam iti. When does the mind goes outside along with the sense organs and enjoy? When the mind has the desire, it has the sankalpa, it has the desire to enjoy the objects, the anatma. When it has a desire to enjoy the anatma prapancha, the mind, along with the sense organs, goes outside. It stays with the external world. That is the pratibandha. That pratibandha is the karanam for sthulatvam, the grossness. The mind is gross. Why? Because it is always after the sense objects, always after the anatma prapancha. When it is always after anatma prapancha, how can it recognize the adhisthana atma? Therefore, that is the pratibandha. All the indriyas are naturally turned towards anatma. No special effort is required. That is how Bhagavan has created. No special effort is required for the sense organs to flow towards this anatma sense objects. No effort is required to grow physically. We grow physically without any effort. But to grow to a matured person, that requires effort. So similarly here also, since the sense organs has the natural tendency of going outward, that makes the buddhi gross, stula. With the stula buddhi, you cannot appreciate the sukshma atma, because it is as though pratyak. The sthulatvam covers the atma as though. So therefore, the pratibandha has to be removed. The outgoing tendencies. The outgoing tendency, one has to have a say over it. You cannot enjoy the anatma prapancha. At the same time, you cannot be introvert also. One cannot be both. For vyavahara, to maintain the body, to maintain the sharidam, to lead the life, certain vyavahara is required. For that, one has to be extrovert. But all the time extrovert, all the time the mind is occupied with the anatma prapancha, then atma is missed. All the time it is missed. All the time the available Atma is missed because of our preoccupation with the Anatma Prapancha. That is the Pratibandha. And for that Pratibandha to go, what are the means? What are the things to be done? What should be done? First thing is the person must be a mumukshu. The mumukshutvam is required. The mumukshutvam, the intense desire to be free. The intense desire to be free from what I am now. What I think I am now. What I think to be I am now. Freedom from that. That should be intense. Moksha icha, mokshecha, that should be the top priority. That should be the Purushartha. With that Purushartha, if all other things subserve that Purushartha, then along with that Viveka Vairagya. Viveka is required to analyze and discriminate between the Anatma and Atma all the time. And also Vairagya, to turn away from Anatma Prapancha. So if along with Mumukshutvam, if Viveka and Vairagya also there, then this obstruction can be, this Pratibandha can be overcome, can be nullified. That alone is not sufficient. Then that moksha icha should become jnana icha. It should become jignasa. So now you have withdrawn your sense organs, but that alone will not help you to appreciate, to understand Atma. So what is required is jnana icha, jnatum icha, jnana icha, jignasa is required. Self-inquiry, because Atma Jnanam is a means for freedom. Therefore, for gaining that Jnanam, Shastra Vichara and Guru Upadesha is required. Therefore, that Moksha Icha should be converted to Jignasa. The conversion has to happen. So, approach the teacher, gaining the knowledge as revealed by the Shastram, Atma Jnanam is gained. That removes the Ajnanam and the person becomes free. This is what is presented here. Why this Anatma Prapancha occupies a top priority, or it is predominant. It is because that the person, he has not recognized himself to be that which is free from the sense of want, which is free from want. That recognition is not there, therefore it goes outside. Therefore, the sense organs goes outside with the expectation to fulfill, to fulfill oneself. To fulfill oneself, for seeking completion, Purnatvam, it goes outside. But when it is turned inside, when the person recognizes his Purnatvam, and when he is ready to acknowledge Aham Purna Atma, then the Anatma Prapancha will not be tempting anymore. He can interact with the external world. He can do Vyavahara, at the same time he can revel in oneself. That is the condition of a jnani. So therefore, the reason, the cause for the non-recognition of oneself, the cause for the natural tendency of anatma, natural tendency of the sense organs flowing towards Anatma Prapancha is oneself. And that is the cause for the non-recognition of oneself. That is the cause. And for that to go, where is the solution? The solution also lies with himself only. He has to withdraw himself from the Anatma Prapancha and see himself to be that what he seeks. So the problem is you, the solution is you. This is the fact. Pujistambhiji nicely presents. The problem is you, the solution is also you. You cannot blame the Prapancha. Even though the Upanishad figuratively presents Vyatranat Himsitavan, Swayambhuhu Himsitavan. Bhagavan, as though he destroyed Jivatma by making him extrovert. Actually, it is only a figurative expression. The problem is you, and the solution also lies with you. The solution Bhagavan himself has given. Bhagavan has given the buddhi. Bhagavan has given the buddhi, which is supposed to think. With the thinking buddhi, one can find a solution. So therefore, when the mind has become mature, sufficiently matured to recognize Aham Purna Atma, when the mind has got the readiness, and when the person is ready to take the help of Shastra Pramanam, then the knowledge will happen. There is no other way. So therefore, the cause for the non-recognition is this pratibandha. Therefore, pratibandha bhave, when pratibandha is there, then the sukshmatvam of the buddhi will not be there. Pratibandha bhave sukshmatva abhavaha. Sukshmatva abhave jnana abhavaha. Jnanam will not happen when the sukshmatvam of the buddhi is not there. So pratibandha abhave sukshmatva bhavaha. Sukshmatva bhave jnana bhavaha. Therefore, for this jnanam, sukshmatvam, the sukshma buddhi is required. Therefore, tugraya buddhya iti uktameva. It is already been told, established in the first adhyaya itself. 1.3.12, in that mantra itself, Upanishad has told. So now here, Bhashyakara, he quotes, Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudotma na prakashate na drishyate tvagraya buddhya iti yuktam. Only by the buddhi, the sukshma buddhi, it is atma is gudaha atma is drishyate iti. Kaha punaha pratibandhaha tvagraya buddhehe yena tadabhavat atmana drishyate iti tada darshana karana darshanartha valli arabhyate. This valli is started. Why? What is that obstacle? Kaha punaha pratibandhaha. What is that obstacle? Obstacle for gaining that sukshma buddhi. So, agraya buddhya. Tat abhavat, in the absence of which atma is not recognized. To show that tat adarshana, darshanartha. Tat adarshana is atma adarshana, non-recognition of atma. In order to show that, to show the cause for the non-recognition of atma, this valli arabhyate. Iti Bhashyakara gives a sangati. Vijñatehi sheyaha pratibandha karane. Pratibandhasya karanam, when the pratibandha karanam, the cause for the pratibandha to gain the shreyas, the freedom, moksha, when it is known, tat apanayanaya, for the removal of that, one can do effort. Yatnaha arabdham shakyate. Only when the obstacle is known, then only a person can put forth effort to remove it. Nanyata Na anyata iti, not otherwise. Therefore, the mantra starts. Paranchikani Vitranat Swayambhuhu. Swayambhuhu, that is Ishvaraha. Kani Indriyani, which is Paranchi, which is outgoing, extrovert, Vitranat, destroyed. Vitranat, Langlakara. Trindatu, Vipurvaka, Trindatu, Vitranat. Therefore, Tasmat, therefore the reason, Tasmat, Parang Pashyati, Parang Pashyati, Parak Pashyati, therefore Parak Pashyati, therefore he sees only outside. Na Antaratman, he doesn't see inside. Atma is Antaha, as though Antaha. Doesn't see himself. He sees only outside, he doesn't see himself. Amritatvam Ichan Purushaha, Yaha Purushaha, Amritatvam Ichanti, Avrta Chakshuhu is eyes. Avrtaha means which is withdrawn, taken back. So, Avrta Chakshuhu, Kaschid Dhiraha, Pratyak Atmanam, Aikshat. The one who is a mumukshu, because he seeks Amritatvam Ichan, that is mumukshu. The mumukshu, that mumukshu, who is a dhiraha, also a viveki. So both the qualities are mentioned. The person must be a mumukshu. He must have the intense desire to be free. And he must be a dhiraha. Dhiraha means courageous. Dhiraha means viveki. Viveki ityartaha. That person who has withdrawn the sense organs, pratyekatmanam aikshat. Aikshat is past tense. It means, does it mean only the past? We have to convert that into pashyati. Aikshat is equal to pashyati. Dhiraha purushaha pashyati. The dhira purusha is, he sees. He sees. Having withdrawn the sense organs from the external world, he sees himself. Iti. Then the Bhashya will continue. Paranchi.
Paranchi.
Parag Anchanti.
Parag
Anchati.
Gacchati.
Gacchati.
Gacchanti. Bhagavacham. Gacchanti iti.
Gachanti.
Khani tadupalakshitani.
Kani Tadupalakshitani.
Shrotrādīni indriyāni kāni iti uchyante.
Shrotrādīni indriyāni uchyate.
You have seen this lines, Bhasham, right? Have you seen this?
We started seeing.
Yes, sir. Course out from that we have to do actually.
Okay, fine. Let me start it. Let me continue. Because it seems to be similar. I mean, we have seen this. Anyway, Paranchi. Paranchi is equal to Parak Anchanti. Anchanti Anchudatu. It means Gacchanti. Gacchanti. Goes out. Goes outside. Parak Anchanti. Goes outside. That's called Paranchi. What are they? Kani. Kani is Indriyani. Kani. Indriyani. Kani is the word which denotes the Indriyani. Not directly, indirectly. Kani means the cavities, the openings. The openings of the body. It means the indriyas through which the sense objects are perceived. So Kani is the Golaka. Golaka means the gross, the gross thing which are there in the body through which the sense objects enter. They are the cavities. But Kani doesn't mean that. Kani is that which stays in the Golaka. That is Indriyani. Kani refers to Indriyani. The Indriyani, which is behind these Golakas, senses the sense objects and report to the mind. The mind backed by the sense organs backed up by the mind, recognize the sense objects which flows through this Kani, the cavities of the body. Therefore, Kani refers to Indriyani, Tad Upalakshitani. What is denoted, what is Lakshita, what is denoted by that is the Indriyanis. Shotradini Indriyani Kani iti uchyante. So, Kani iti uchyante. So, the Upalakshitani means refer to the Indriyas. That is Kani. Then, continuing, Tani Parancheva
Parancheva
Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanaya Pravartante.
शब्दादिविषयप्रकाशनाय प्रवर्तन्ते
Tani Paranchi Eva. Tani refers to Indriyani, the Tani, the sense organs. Paranchi Eva, they are extrovert. Paranchi Eva. For what? Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanaya. For the sake of Prakashanaya, revealing the Shabdadi Vishaya. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha Vishaya, for revealing the sense objects. For the revelation of the sense objects, Paranchi Eva, they are outward, they are extrovert. Pravartante, they proceed, they go outward. They have the outgoing tendency. They engage in the search for the sense objects. Therefore, pravartante iti. Therefore, Indriyani pravartante. Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanaya. Purpose is given. Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanam. That is a purpose. Therefore, goes outside. Then, continuing, Yasmad evam Svabhavikani tani Vyatranat Himsitavan Hananam Kritavan Ityarthaha. Yasmat, because Shabdadi Vishaya Prakashanaya Paranchi Pravartante Kani Indriyani. Yasmat, because of that, because the sense organs, they flow towards sense objects for revealing the sense objects. Therefore, Yasmat Evam Svabhavikani Tani Vitranat. Tani refers to sense organs. Svabhavikani, Evam Svabhavikani, which are of this Svabhava, this nature. What nature? Outgoing nature. Because of this Svabhava, Vyatranat, Samantangana Dhatu, Vyatranat, Bhashyakara, that is why he gives the meaning. Himsitavan, Hananam Krutavan, Samantangana Tridhatu, which means Himsa. Vyatranat, it's a lung form. Purvaka Trid Dhatu, Samantagana. Therefore, Bhashyakara says Himsitavan. He uses the Kridanta, Himsitavan, Tavatu Pratyaya. Hananam Kritavan. Kaha Swayambhuhu. Swayambhuhu has done Hananam, destruction. Yes, destroyed. As though the Bhagavan has destroyed the Jivatma by making it outgoing. By making the sense organs outgoing, the Bhagavan has destroyed the Jivatma iti. And we saw this is only a figurative expression. Parameshvara, by keeping the sense organs external, he seems to have destroyed, seems to have hurt the person, because he goes after the sense objects, but really he is after himself, not knowing that he goes after the sense object. That is the killing, that is the destruction, that is the hurt. But now and then what happens, he picks up, he recognizes that ananda of himself, that the pleasing self. Some now and then he recognizes, but he doesn't know the source of that happiness. Like the musk deer looking for that sweet smell which comes from itself. It doesn't know that, but it goes outside. Similarly, the human being also, once in a while he picks up that ananda, which is the pleased self, that ananda of oneself. But since he doesn't know that from where it comes, therefore he goes outside. That is the ananam, killing. Ananam kritavan. Who did that? Kosau Swayambhuhu
Swayambhuhu
Parameshwaraha
Parameshwarah
Swayam eva swatantraha bhavati
Swayam swatantraha bhavati
Sarvada na paratantraha iti.
Sarvada na paratantraha iti.
Who is that person destroyed by making the sense organs outgoing? Kaha asau, who is that? Swayambhuhu. Swayam bhavati, the self-existent. Swayambhu refers to the Lord, Ishvara, Bhagavan. He is not Swayambhu. Swayambhu can also mean Hiranyagarbha. Swayambhu can be Hiranyagarbha also. Can be Ishvara or can be Hiranyagarbha. Both meaning we can take. Bhu dhatu, Swayam bhavati. Bhu means coming into existence. Bhu sattayam. Swayam bhavati. Swayam bhavati, Swayambhu. Self-existent. If we take the meaning of the word Swayambhu as Hiranyagarbha, Brahmaji also Swayambhu only. He came from the navel of the Vishnu. That is his Janma. But he did not through the womb of the mother. Swayambhu is, he emerged from the navel of the Vishnu. That is how it is presented in Purana. So it is not, Hiranyagarbha is not born. He is not born like the being born from the mother's womb. He is from the navel. Swayam bhavati. Swayam bhavati iti Swayambhuhu Hiranyagarbha. So that is, Swayambhu is that is not born through other things. He is born by himself. That is called Swayambhu. Hiranyagarbha refers to, if we say Swayambhu is meaning Hiranyagarbha, it means he is born by himself. And if we say Swayambhu meaning Ishvara, Swayam bhavati, he exists by himself. Bhu sattayam, bhu dhatu. He exists by himself, Swayambhu, referring to Parameshwara. Born by himself, that is Hiranyagarbha. So we can take both Hiranyagarbha or Parameshwara. They are not different. Hiranyagarbha is Samashti, Sukshma Sharira Abhimani, Abhimana Chaitanyam Atma, Hiranyagarbha. He is born by himself. And Ishvara exists by himself. So Swayambhu can refer to both. Both are not different. Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha. So Swayam eva bhavati, one who exists by himself. Swatantraha, that is why he is Swatantraha. He is independent. Sarvada, always. Na paratantraha, not dependent. Because he is not dependent, therefore he is Swayambhu. He is not dependent. Na paratantraha. It doesn't depend on any other factor for creating this Jagat. Na paratantraha. Bhagavan doesn't need the material for creating this Jagat. He doesn't have to borrow material from any other source. But because he himself is the material. He is a material and he is a maker. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. He is a maker and he is a material. Therefore, it doesn't depend on anything for bringing this Jagat into existence. So therefore, Swatantraha, Nirapekshaha, he doesn't depend, he is self-existent. He himself, the cause, both from the standpoint of the maker and the material. So therefore, Swatantraha bhavati sarvada, na paratantraha iti. Ishvaraha or Hiranyagarbha. Both we can take. Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, they are not different. Therefore, this Swayambhuhu, Ishvaraha, so the Hiranyagarbha, we use the word Hiranyagarbha from the standpoint of Upadhi. From the standpoint of Upadhi, we use the word Hiranyagarbha. But Upadhi also Mithya only. So, from the standpoint of Absolute, it is Ishvara, Parameshvara. So, Swatantra means it doesn't depend on anything for his existence. Or we can say Swatantraha means he exists without the control by anything. He is free from Papa Punya. He is free from karma. He is free from karma, therefore he is free from Papa Punya, therefore he is free. He doesn't have to take birth to get rid of Papa Punyam like the Jiva. Therefore he is Swatantraha. Papa Punya Rahitatvat, Karma Rahitatvat. Karma is there, then he has to take Janma to nullify the karma born Papa Punya. Is not there. Therefore Swayambhu is free. Iti. Then continuing. Tasmat paragrupan anatmabhutan shabdadin pashyati upalabhate upalabdha na antaratman na antaratmanam ityartha. Tasmat parang. Tasmat, therefore. Here in the Vashya, parak rupan atma bhutan. Bhutan, sandhi has happened. Bhutan, nakara. Shabdadin, followed by sha. Therefore, you know what sandhi is. Bhutan, Shabdadin, Pashyati, Upalabhate. Upalabhata is the Upalabhate. Pashyati is equal to Upalabhate. Kashikara uses Upalabhate. Pashyati Upalabhate. Upalabhate, Upalabdha. Upalabdha refers to that Upalabdhr, Upalabdha. So, Tasmat, therefore, Parak, Parang, Parak, outside. Therefore, the sense organs. Therefore, the sense organs are outside. Parak, Rupan. Parak, Rupan, Anatma Bhutan, Shabdadin, Pashyati. Kaha? Upalabdha. Upalabdha is equal to the drashta, the seer, the perceiver. Pashyati is Upalabhate. Pashyati, Upalabhate means same. It means seeing, perceiving. Pashyati, seeing. Upalabhate. Atmanipadi dhatu, labdhatu, Upalabhate. Upalabdhr, that is Upalabdha, the seer, the perceiver. So, who is the Upalabdha? What is Upalabdha? The seer, the perceiver. Upalabdha, Upalabhate. That is drashta pashyati. The seer, the perceiver perceives. The perceiver perceives what? The external objects. Parak rupan anatma bhutan shabdadin vishayan upalabhate. That is a karma. Karma for the kriya, darshana kriya. Karma for the that upalabha, the perception. Therefore, upalabdha, the perceiver, he perceives upalabhate. What? Parak rupan. That is shabdadin vishaya. Shabdadin refers to vishayan. That is the sense objects. Shabda, rupa, sparsha, gandha, all these vishayas, shabdadin, parak rupan, anatma bhutan. Anatma, they are anatma. So that which are anatma bhutan, shabdadin, parak rupan. Parak rupa yeshamte, parak rupan, upalabhate pashyati, he sees. Kaha upalabhada. So therefore, since everyone has these sense organs and that are of the nature of outgoing, therefore, every jiva, every upalabdha, he perceives external objects, which is of the nature of anatma. Like the shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, that these are the objects for the sense organs. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, vishayan. Shabdadin means these are the vishaya. So indriyas are capable of recognizing these vishayas, which are the anatma, and these vishayas which the jivatma takes to be the source of happiness, but many times it is a source of unhappiness. Many times it is unpleasant. So therefore, the jiva is sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Many times unhappy, sometimes happy. Trying to gain the freedom through the sense objects, the jiva destroys himself. Upalabdha, he destroys himself. So therefore, jiva is paratantra, not swatantraha. To become swatantra, he has to see himself. He has to see himself. Why he cannot see himself? Why he doesn't see himself? Because his focus is on shabdadin vishayan. Therefore, he doesn't see himself. Na antaratman pashyati. Na antaratman. He doesn't look. Antaratma. Atma is antaha. Antaha means not physically antaha. Atma is adhishtana. The adhishtana atma na pashyati. Na upalabhate. Antaratman, the word, the mantra uses is antaratman. Antaratman is pratipadikam. The Upanishad can use, it is the privilege of the Upanishad, you can use antaratman. Bhashyakara says antaratman is equal to antaratmana, antaratmanam, ditya vibhakti ekavachanam. Upalabdha, that is drashta, antaratmanam na pashyati. He doesn't see the atma. He doesn't see himself. He doesn't look himself. He always looks outside. Antaratmanam na pashyati. That is the hananam. That is the destruction. As though created by the Swayambhu, the Ishvara, the Parameshvara. Parameshvara doesn't have this problem. Therefore, he is Swatantraha. Ishvara doesn't have this problem, therefore Swatantraha, whereas Jiva has his problem, therefore is Paratantraha, Aswatantraha iti. Why is Aswatantraha? Because of this. Because he has a sense organs which has a natural tendency of going outside. and reveling in the Anatma Prapancha, and therefore doesn't see himself. Therefore he kills, he hurts himself. This is the meaning. The next line we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः जी।
धन्यवादः।
धन्यवादः जी।
धन्यवाद।